One major advancement in Office 2013, and therefore in Project 2013, is the ability to have apps for your applications. So just as apps have grown and built and been developed for mobile phones, then the whole of Office has apps that have been developed and built and provided for each of the applications. So in the case of Project, we could access some of these Office apps. Now, at this stage in proceedings, the number of those apps are quite few, but they will build dramatically and exponentially over the course of the life of these Office apps, and will therefore provide major and increased functionality for each of your programs. So in the case of Project 2013, how can we access these apps? Well, on the Project tab of your ribbons, there is an Apps for Office. If we click the drop down, it will list any apps you've actually already recently installed, which is none at the moment. So we can click See All. The apps for Office are split into two sections, Featured Apps and My Apps. And My Apps are the ones that you've already installed and we have none. Featured Apps are suggested apps. And we can see there are a few options in here. We have Sensei Task Analyzer, Mind Mapper, Unit Converter, Mavenlink. Two of these are free, one's $2.19 and one's $10.99. Now you can choose them from here, or we can click More Apps and be taken into our browser to visit the App Store at Microsoft. Once you reach the Microsoft site, you can see here it's pushing Office itself, but then there are some apps below there for Word, SharePoint, Excel, more Word, one for Project, the Sensei Task Analyzer. Or we can do a search for apps if we know what we're looking for. So let's do a search for Project. And we've got a Shark Pro Project View for Project Web App. That's for SharePoint. Management, share files, collaborate and manage tasks right from Office. Shark Pro, TVG Risk Chart. Lots of them for SharePoint. For the purposes of covering the functionality, we're going to go with this Mavenlink, free project management, share files, collaborate and manage tasks, because that's listed as a project option. This then shows you the apps and you can go through the details, read what that's all about, look at any reviews to see what other people have said about it. 3 out of 3 people found this review helpful. And then we can actually add this as an app to our Microsoft project. We then need to sign in with our Windows Live account. Continue, add this to our app. And then it says effectively how to do it, which is to go to the Insert tab, click the apps, find My Apps and select it. So if we head back to Project, go to Apps for Office, See All, and then make sure we select My Apps, we can now see that that app has been added to my app list. To then install it, we single click and insert, and we have a new little window open on the right here where that application is being loaded into. Now this particular app requires us to sign up for it, so you would need to choose sign up for free and then go through the process. Now the Mavenlink appears to be a collaboration option software, but any of the apps that are available for Project can be downloaded through the same route, which is that Apps for Office. We can see now that the Mavenlink is in our list. See All, Featured Apps to see what's been suggested. If you like the suggestions, add them from here. If not, we can then go to More Apps, and that will take us to the Microsoft Store where we can search through the apps list. Some are provided free, some are of smaller cost, and some are effectively of a larger cost, which is the same with all apps for any device, whether in this case we're dealing with apps for Microsoft Project 2013 or whether you're dealing with apps for your cell phone.